welcome to another episode of Worlds Collide. I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm Mitch.
And today we bring you Marvel's first family.
The Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Not the Fant Four Stick.
No. So for those of you who are familiar and those who aren't, Fantastic Four is made up of obviously 4 members.
Yes.
2 of which are brother-sister.
Yes.
Sue Storm and Johnny Storm.
Yes.
And then we got Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Brains of the outfit.
Yeah.
And the muscle. Ben Grimm.
That's right.
So Sue Storm is the Invisible Woman.
That's right.
Johnny Storm is the Human Torch.
That's right.
Reed Richards is Mr. Fantastic, the stretchable one.
Yeah.
And Ben Grimm is the Thing, the Orange Rock Man.
Yes.
Alright. So that's your quick introduction of who the team is and what they are, who they are, names, what they look like.
Yeah. If you've watched our show before, we've made references to Fantastic Four before. Especially when we talked about Spider-Man, when we talked about Hulk, when we talked about Thor. Anytime we talk about Doctor Doom, Galactus, in almost any Marvel video we've done, we've made mention to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That is because Fantastic Four are like the central the central start building block of all of Marvel Comics.
Yeah, they tie in many characters in the sense that they got their introduction through Fantastic Four.
That's right. That's right.
Like Spider-Man, I think you said.
Yep. Amazing Fantasy number 15 was Spider-Man meeting the Fantastic Four, trying to join the Fantastic Four.
And that was your very first ever introduction of Spider-Man?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so needless to say, they've had some heavy hitters that they have spawned worlds of their own creations from.
Yep. Who else did we say? Black Panther got his start through Fantastic Four.
Of course, Wakanda. I think, was it Namor even?
Namor was his reintroduction into...
Reintroduction because he had kind of died. Because Fantastic Four came around in the Silver Age, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
1960?
1961.
1961?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so their first issue was Fantastic Four, issue number 1, 1961. Yes.
Okay. And they fight some kind of creature.
The first issue, so funny enough, even though Fantastic Four is Marvel's oldest, or their first family, comic books first family of superheroes, really, like legit family, because people like there's the Bat family and all that, but I mean like an actual family dynamic was the Fantastic Four were the first, really,
brother,
essentially.
Sister, and then you got Reed and Sue who are married in, and then you got Ben. He's not the family member, but he is essentially the uncle, like. Yeah,
and also uniform. They were the first team to wear a uniform
before the X-Men.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Fantastic Four were really important to Marvel, but even though a lot of the resources that I normally tap to do my research for these shows don't cover, there's not a lot of coverage on the Fantastic Four. Now, I don't know if it's because everybody knows who the Fantastic Four is, so there's no need to.
They've done so many shitty movies, they had to just hide it all together. There's no information.
It could be, or just because they were in more modern times, even back then, they're kind of dull.
You got, the dude who's a rock with some super strength.
Yeah.
You got a normal man who can just extend his body. His body is basically rubber.
Yep.
You have a girl who can go invisible.
Yep.
And create slight force fields.
Not yet.
That's all she can do is just invisible.
That's right.
Oh, okay, so pretty basic.
Yes.
And then
Human Torch.
Human Torch.
Yeah.
From normal man to flaming man.
Yeah. Teenager to flaming teenager.
Yes.
So what I've been doing for my research is I've been rereading the original run of the Fantastic Four. And what I found out is a few things. First of all, Human Torch, if you actually apply the science to him,
super strong,
ridiculously hot. Like he flies, like as he's flying, he's so hot he melts rubble and flies through the rubble. How hot do you have to be to just fly through rubble?
Like that's like lava on steroids. Like
yeah.
Next level. Because lava is essentially forcing its way up through the rock.
Yeah.
Right? Until it erupts.
Yeah.
But he's going at such speeds.
Yeah. It's not like a slow melt. It's
geysers. Just
yeah.
Like...
Like his first introduction, he flames on, and his car melts into a puddle.
Doesn't catch on fire.
No, it just melts into a puddle. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, do we have like a degree of heat that he reaches, or is it unmeasurable?
I think later, eventually, they do have a degree of how hot he can get. I think he can get as hot as the surface of the sun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, you could come within just distance of him, and it's not livable.
That's right. But he has such a degree of control over it that he can actually create fire that doesn't burn at all. Like, he could create solid fire, like handcuffs and whatnot, and it won't burn you. It makes no fucking sense because fire is, there's no substance to it. It's not physical matter. It's gas. But
Comics are weird.
Yeah, comics are very weird.
Okay, so flame cuffs without heat.
That's right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is uber powerful if science is applied properly, but that's not really what we get.
No.
That's not what we get in the comics.
No.
You get a man who can turn on fire, turn off. Sometimes he loses control of his ability.
Yeah.
And he's just stuck in fire mode.
Although he has always displayed the ability to create, like, he creates, like, buzz saws out of fire, and, like, scythes out of fire, and fireballs, and creates different shapes out of, he is a one-man party favor, really.
Yeah, a whole one-man pyrotechnic show.
Yeah.
Built in one.
Yeah, he has complete control over the fire. Complete control over the fire.
Now, there's a female Human Torch at some point, is there not?
There is. There's also a female Thing.
Ah, okay, so we'll get to those.
Yeah. Now, I didn't do a lot of research on those, but I know they exist.
Yes. I believe I remember seeing them in some of the cartoons.
Yeah. So, when I was doing my research, there's a couple of things I found out. So, let's see here. Well, we all know they were created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, so that's no big reveal. Third issue used a slogan, the greatest... Oh, so Marvel Comics, one of their great slogans that got known for, started off with Fantastic Four. So in the third issue, at the end of the comics, where they would do like the editorial notes and they would read off fan mail and whatnot, they would use a slogan, the greatest comic magazine in the world. By the next issue, they refined that slogan. It became one of Marvel's big slogans, world's greatest comic magazine.
World's greatest.
Yeah, they used it all up until the 90s even. Like, I remember reading comics and it showed world's greatest comics, Marvel.
It works.
Yeah.
Works himself.
Yeah. They brought back Namor the Submariner, like we mentioned, in issue number 4. One thing I've noticed...
He wasn't such a villain, was he?
No, he was.
He was a villain against them?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was playing the anti-hero role.
I wasn't sure until I read these comics. Now that I've read these comics... I made up to like issue 30 or something like that.
And the original run?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't count how many of those first 30 issues they faced Doctor Doom and Namor the Submariner. Doctor Doom and Namor have teamed up. So issue number 4 was Namor, issue number 5 was Doom, issue number 6 was Doctor Doom and Namor teaming up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's within your first 6 issues?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you had some good reading.
Yeah. And then eventually they introduced Molecule Man, and Molecule Man became a reoccurring villain for them as well.
Very strong, very powerful villain again.
Yeah. Molecule Man, we've mentioned him before as well when we did our episode on Galactus. We were going through the power rankings, and Molecule Man was above Galactus. That's how powerful he is.
Well, matter manipulation.
Yeah. Molecule. He has control.
Molecular matter.
That's right.
Manipulation.
That's right. Yeah. Funny enough, his first appearance, his weakness is that he can't control the molecules of a human being.
Oh.
Of anything that is organic.
So he can't just rip you apart.
That's right.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be gross.
Yeah, I'd be like, now where do I put them? Where do I put all these spare molecules?
Yeah. Something else that I found out was... by issue number 16, so the first 15 issues are known as the Fantastic Four.
And then they went to just Fantastic Four. They dropped the.
That's right.
The.
That's right. That's why when I did my post on Facebook today, I didn't put the Fantastic Four. I just wrote Fantastic Four.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
It saved, the cost of putting in those extra
3 letters.
But they would always have to put it in.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be the.
Yeah.
Now they can just. I like it.
Yeah, it's not like it's the Amazing Spider-Man.
No. It could have been Amazing Spider.
Yeah. It's a lot of letter.
Well, they'll learn.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
They started doing annuals, Fantastic Four annual number 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Every year there was a new annual issue. And they used these annual issues to do milestones of the Fantastic Four. So
big events.
Yeah, so the annual number 1 in 1963, it was the issue where Namor gets crowned as King of Atlantis.
Oh, okay.
Annual
so
number 2.
Probably playing down their rivalry.
That's right. That's right.
It was kind of like the whole first season came to an end of he's our villain, he's okay.
He's not that bad.
He's not that bad.
And honestly, he never was. His big gripe was that is pretty much the same thing they depicted with Aquaman as well. It's hatred towards surface
It's just
surface
land
people.
versus sea.
That's right.
You gotta understand, you're all still Earth.
That's right. You are poisoning. We are poisoning his kingdom.
Yeah. So he's gonna, slash back with a little tidal flooding.
That's right. And then like by the last time I saw Namor being their villain in like those first 30 some odd issues I read, he was actually being controlled by the puppet master.
Oh, so it turns out like, look, he didn't mean it.
Kind of, yeah. I think that was a turning point of him starting to becoming good.
Okay.
So, but yeah, issue number 1, Namor gets crowned King Atlantis. The next year, the annual number 2 in 1964 is they finally give the origin of Doctor Doom.
Oh, Latveria?
Yeah.
I was gonna guess. That was my guess. I'm like, they did Latveria.
Yeah. Annual number 3 was the wedding of Reed and Sue in 1965. 1966.
Death of who?
They brought back the original Human Torch, the cyborg Human Torch.
But does Johnny go missing in any way?
I think they end up fighting each other.
Oh.
Yeah. Issue number 5, 1967, Sue's pregnancy was announced.
Yep.
And then issue number 6 in 1968, Franklin is born and Annihilus is introduced.
Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I didn't know Franklin was born all the way in 1968. I thought it was more recent than that. Like I thought maybe Franklin would have been
that old of a character?
Yeah, 1968.
Well, I guess all the things that they've done with Galactus, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, because he's more relevant in that era.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense then. But they don't do a lot with Franklin in that much time then, do they?
No, they do more of Franklin in like the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, because they let him mature, right?
Yeah.
Because he has accelerated aging. Does he not? Does
No.
Franklin have the accelerated aging?
No. Hi, Mom.
No, okay, so then his is the natural lifespan, so that makes sense why.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
And then
Wait
to
till
the
the
90s,
90s.
he's now 6 years old.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Comic age. I mean, like, you gotta figure, like, Spider-Man Peter Parker started off when he was 16 years old. By the time we were in the 90s, he was 24, I would say, maybe. He was being drawn at like 24, 25, maybe 26 years old.
Well, that's why Spider-Verse was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because it finally showed an old Peter.
Yeah.
It was, and then it's got Miles as the young kid, and it's like, well, okay, that makes sense. Like, it's 2020, like, Parker, you should be kind of couch-ridden with pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really funny, too, because when I was reading some Spider-Man, they did some flashbacks, and you see them in their flashbacks at, like, a disco bar. And this is the 90s. I'm like, the disco bar would have been, like, 20 years ago.
It's like, wow, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Comic agent.
mhm.
That's why, like, it makes sense that that Franklin was born in 1968, and by the time it's like the 90s, he's like, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years old in the 90s. He's still very young. He's still a kid.
Yeah, he hasn't been aging at the annual rate.
No, but when he does, but there are stories where he comes back from the future, and he does get aged, and then he gets reduced back to a younger age, and blah blah blah. And comics are weird. Now, okay, so here's some of the things that I've learned while reading these comics.
Okay.
Is that the original comics run of Fantastic Four wasn't that good.
Really?
I have to admit, it wasn't that good. Like, the first few issues, Thing was annoying as hell. Like, he was
Just
aggressive.
Dumb. Just dumb.
Well, he was aggressive. He was picking fights with everybody for no reason. For the drop of a hat, he was picking fights. And then eventually they narrowed it down. They refined it to just being between him and Human Torch. And it just became that back and forth, bugging each other, like older brother, younger brother kind of thing. But it was annoying at first.
Started with Sue, Reed, he was doing it with everyone?
Well, mostly Reed and Johnny.
Yeah.
And he kind of had a crush on Sue. Like, first couple of issues, he was saying that he wishes that Sue would have picked him over Reed. And she would have been better off with him, kind of thing.
Just typical jealousy.
Yeah. Just
rejection kind of stuff. Like, he's the fourth wheel always.
Yeah, and he just wasn't a likable character in those first few issues.
Yeah, to make a Rockman and make him like an aggressive, annoying Rockman that just fights with everyone, it's like, no one's gonna like this guy.
No. And it's funny because now he's known as the ever-lovable Thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's all tough and burly and then he's all soft.
Yeah, which is something they introduced later on. Like, when he first meets his girlfriend.
Here, be quick kicking your chain, bud.
Yes. You know how I've done episodes on... We've done an episode on Jean Grey and Phoenix, right? You remember how we talked about how Jean Grey, when she first started in the 1960s, she was just a damsel in distress. She was useless.
She was a plot device.
That's right.
About it.
Same with Sue. It was... No, I mean, like, it's kind of hard to read. It's definitely a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like, one of the issues I was just reading before coming here, she outright admits that I am useless. She says the words, "I'm completely useless." The first issue with Doctor Doom traps them in a cage and then announces to them that he wants Sue Storm to come out and present herself as a prisoner. And then she does. She just gives herself up as a prisoner. And then with her as a prisoner, he didn't even have to try. She gave him the hostage of herself, that he used her as a hostage to capture the other three.
Whatever you say.
Like
they wrote them too stupid, too easy, too big of pushovers. Like,
especially Sue.
Yeah.
She, like, they eventually started writing scenarios where she became more relevant. Like, against Molecule Man, they couldn't get close enough to him because he was just too powerful. So how they defeated him was they got Sue to go invisible, and what is it that she does? Getting him confused with the fight against Super Skrull, because how they defeat Super Skrull was also with Sue.
yeah.
Because she goes invisible. So against Super Skrull, I know she goes invisible so that she can attach the shrinking device that they use to go into the microverse onto
Super
Super
Skrulls,
Skrull.
make them tiny so they can just pick them up and manage them.
That's right. They did similar to... Oh, no. Molecule Man, how they defeated Molecule Man was... you know how I said he can't manipulate organic matter?
Right.
So what they did is that they got Thing's girlfriend to paint them in gray, and then they just stood there as statues, so that Molecule Man thought they were statues. So he tried to use his powers on the statues of the Fantastic Four, which caused a feedback to him, knocking him out.
They tricked him by making him think they weren't human.
That's right. That's how they did it.
Statues are coming!
Yeah. Yeah. So I was trying to get to the issue where they introduced Galactus. I was trying to speak. I skipped a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
But I that was like issue
get
46. I couldn't get to it in time. It was issue like
That's
46.
That's okay, so we'll have to wait for our next continuation of Fantastic Four, because today, like our last few episodes, we're going to try and follow suit.
That's
We're
right.
only going to bring this episode up to Civil War.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And I think because I couldn't get a lot of research on Fantastic Four, we're going to talk a little bit more about the movies. And let's talk about what we would like in a Fantastic Four movie.
Okay. Well, should we talk about what we've seen or what we want to
Let's
see?
start with talk about what we've seen. So there's been 4 movies. A lot of people only know about the 3, but there's actually been 4 movies.
Yeah.
So the first movie was actually done by Marvel Studios before they sold the rights to the Marvel to everyone else, and the effects were bad. But if you watch that compared to the other 3 movies, it's actually the more faithful adaptation than the other 3.
Really?
It's pretty bad.
Well, the newest one was like...
Oh God,
Pretty bad.
I hate it almost as much. Maybe I might even hate it more than The Last Airbender, which is saying something.
He really hates that. He doesn't like that guy.
No, Fantastic was terrible. It was just, it's more than just terrible. It wasn't fun. Like, at least Batman and Robin was terrible, but at least it was fun to watch.
And they paid a bunch of, like, fairly big name actors for it.
Yeah.
Like, not even big name, but they're up and coming.
They're all
rising
up-and-comers.
stars.
They had Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
I was like, Michael Jordan. I was like, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan was in it. He was Human Torch.
Yeah.
Right? And then they had...
Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I like him.
Me too.
He's actually good. I can't remember...
Kate Mara.
I know who they had as Doom. Right? The one surgeon from Nip Tuck. I always forget his damn name.
I've never watched Nip Tuck.
Great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
But Kate Mara was Invisible Woman. I liked her from House of Cards.
Yeah. Now, it just didn't hold up though. Like,
No, it was terrible.
Too spacebound, I found.
Not even. Okay, so it takes like 35, 40 minutes to get to the part where they get their powers. When they get their powers, 1 year later. Like, they skipped the entire year. They don't show you them getting to know their powers, getting to know each other, getting to work as a team. None of that.
No, it just goes right to Doom.
Well, it just goes straight to, let's skip a year. And now they're under the employ of the government. And Thing is doing test trials, taking out tanks. And it's just shit.
They skipped all the middle of the story, essentially.
But yeah, I mean, like, so there's one thing that they did very well in the comics, and what should have been the focus, and you know what? As bad as the other 2 movies were, they did get some things right. Like, first of all, the main thing about Fantastic Four is the family dynamic.
Yeah.
And there was no family dynamic in the Fantastic.
No, in the newest one, absolutely not. At least in the first, well, we'll say number 2 and 3.
Yes.
Okay, we got Jessica Alba in it, right?
Yeah.
And we had, I can't remember Reed's name. He does that,
I forget his name too, but I know he plays Lancelot, or no, Arthur. He played Arthur in the King Arthur movie.
no,
Or was that Clive Owen?
that was Clive Owen.
So he played Lancelot. So Mr. Fantastic played Lancelot.
Yeah, he played Lancelot. He, I found, was a fine Reed.
Sure.
Doable.
Doable.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba was not that good.
Jessica Alba wasn't great as an Invisible Woman. They just basically put a face and said, this will sell.
Chris Evans was just very generic. He wasn't...
Marvel's just wanted Chris Evans to be in Marvel for too long, I think.
Yeah.
And they just gave him the first role opening.
Yeah.
Cap. He fit.
Yeah.
He's a better Cap than he ever was.
Oh, yeah. Now, so Michael Chiklis as Thing was good casting. I think Michael Chiklis did a really good Thing.
Oh, yes. He, what else is he in?
He's in
Shield?
the Shield.
Yes, okay. So I thought that was the actor you were getting. Well, he
Yeah.
basically looks like the Thing.
Yeah.
You don't even have to paint him up much.
Yeah. They haven't gotten Doom right in any of the movies. At least in those 2 movies, Doom looked like Doom. As opposed to Fantastic, he looked like the robot bad guy from the film version of Lost in Space.
Ah, he did, Danny. He did. Yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
to show us Galactus.
Oh God, you mean Galactus, as in like they try how
Like
they
the
tried,
cloud thing?
yeah, like how
Like
they
in
tried to
Green
show,
Lantern?
yeah, exactly.
We have not seen a good Galactus yet.
No, Silver
Any
Surfer,
movie?
no, not at all.
No,
Silver
no.
Surfer effects were passable.
Well, I think Silver Surfer was the saving grace of the second film.
Yeah, like the part where you see him go right through the building, that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he goes right through the building. I think he like flying through like a train or something.
Yeah, he melts through his board and takes out Human
Flip
Torch.
side, yeah, he flips. He's this way, and then all of a sudden he's this way on his board, like upside down, inverted.
In Doom stealing Silver Surfer's powers, that's very Doom-like.
But it never happened in comic.
Yeah, he's done that.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why I would say, like, when Death Battle did Doctor Doom versus Darth Vader, I'm like, Doctor Doom's gonna win this. Doctor Doom, there's anything Doctor Doom's been known for is stealing people's powers. That's exactly what he would do against Darth Vader. There's something about the Force. Let me learn about this Force.
I'm gonna take it from you.
That's right. That's Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to control everything.
Yeah.
I want power.
That's right. That's right. If it's power he does not have, let's complete this sentence. It is power he does not have yet.
Very true. And if you haven't seen our Doctor Doom episode, go check it out.
You should.
It's on YouTube. I believe it's season 1. Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the ones we had to read.
I was gonna say that it was a redo, but did we do it again in season 2? I don't think so. Maybe we did actually.
I think it was season 2.
That might be start of season 2. So we don't know our own episodes. There's about 60 or so now. So
Pretty sure.
go check them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely go check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah. So that's basically the newest one, Fan 4 Stick. We'll call that.
Yeah.
We'll call F1, F2,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll call OG.
Yeah.
All right. So OG's your fave.
I've never seen it. That's
But
the reviews.
From the write-up, from the reviews, it seems to have gotten the best response.
Yeah. Even the thing, Kenny, Google the original Fantastic Four movie and take
See
a
if
look
you
at.
can get an image or so here.
Oh, you definitely can. And the thing looks pretty good. They use actual prosthetics and actual costume and whatnot.
Well, they used to go way harder on like costumes back in the day because
Well, there was no CGI back then.
yeah, they had to like glue things onto you.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave this on you for 12 hours today. Okay, enjoy.
Yeah.
You got like boulders glued all over you.
There's another thing that's really frustrating about Fantastic Four, the Fant Four stick, is
They've never done Mole Man. That's one of my complaints.
yes. So that's the original. That's the original Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty faithful to the comics.
That's pretty faithful. I like how well they got Thing to look. Like,
Yeah.
For that day and age.
Yeah, even Human Torch. As I'm reading these comics, that is closer looking Johnny Storm than any actor that they have ever cast as Johnny Storm.
You picture Sue, and then make a boy of Sue.
Yeah.
That's who Johnny is.
Yeah.
But they've Michael B. Jordan. I don't know what the fuck that was
I
about.
know. You see, I'm okay. So there's this
There's
is
family
2020.
dynamics, and all they did was put a modernized spin on it, and I understand that because the modernized spin was, guess what, adopted brother, or one black, one white.
There's Doom.
And is that old Doom or new Doom?
That's the
94.
All right, passable. I'm not sure what's with like the injection nail fingers, like
The claws. The
yeah,
steel claws.
yeah, like okay, they tried.
Yeah.
I think the Doom from F1 and was it F2?
Mhm.
Yeah, they got the face right. They got the
Yes.
face right.
Yes. They didn't get the powers right at all.
We're dealing with magic though, and Doom is a mix of magic and science.
That's right. And in those movies, it was more like electricity manipulation.
yeah, he was just. It was very basic. Like I just passed college and all. Like I was my electrical.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He hasn't learned all the other shit yet.
No.
Apparently.
No.
Well, that's the problem. It's based on comics. When is Doom introduced to the Fantastic Four, and at what power level?
Yeah. Well, it was issue 5 is when he got introduced.
And he's introduced as Doom. Like
That's right.
Doom's past college. He's already
The only
done
one
all
who
the shit with his mom, done all the shit with his dad. Like, he's already fled from the Baron. He's a pretty adept magician at that point.
the only people who know who Doctor Doom is on issue 5 is Reed and Ben. They're the only two who know who Doctor Doom
Because
is.
Reed went to school.
That's right, and so did Ben technically.
Oh, right.
Because-
So we remember you from college.
That's right. Because they already did do a flashback in the few issues that I read of the college days, and that's where Reed and Ben met. It was in college. Ben was there on a football scholarship.
Now, my Fantastic Four was one of the first ones I got introduced to, I believe, because it was either my grandparents' place or my dad. He had these little paperback novels. And they were like thick. They're like that thick, but they were small. They're like these little books. And I remember reading one. It was the it was the Mole Man.
Mhm.
They were going down to fight Mole Man. And another one was they were trapped in some kind of. It was like a maze. It was like some kind of puzzle maze, some mirror room, and like each of them was in a different room, and they were trying to escape from it. But that was like one of my first introductions to the Fantastic Four, reading these little paperback novels. And Mole Man was one of the great villains that I don't think they've ever even tried to do in a movie.
No, they haven't. They've only done Doom. In all the movies, they've only done Doom.
Well, they have a plethora of other villains. Who else have they?
Okay, so we've already mentioned Namor as a reoccurring
Namor,
villain.
Molecule
Man, you have the
Doom.
Frightful Four, you have Mole Man, you have the Mad Thinker, you have the Red Ghost, which I just read that issue as well, where they fight the Red Ghost. The first introduction of Red Ghost was the introduction to the Watcher, Uatu the Watcher.
Right. Who's the Invincible Man?
The Invincible Man?
Yeah.
I saw the issue, I skipped it.
I saw the issue too, and I was like, "Who the hell is this? He doesn't look familiar."
No.
I wish I read now.
Yeah.
But
and there was also in the Impossible Man as well, which is the alien from Planet X.
oh,
Yeah, he's kind of like Mixer Pixel, whatever.
Pixel.
Yeah, he could do whatever he wants. Like he could rewrite reality. He could do what he wants to his own body. He can make himself into anything.
Now they've encountered Daredevil too, I believe.
They've encountered everybody. One of the issues I was just about to read was their meeting with Fantastic Four. Not Fantastic Four. It was the X-Men. Before that, they met with the Avengers. I read the issue where they teamed up with Ant-Man.
Yeah. Well, they've gone against the Avengers too, have they not?
Yeah.
They fought the Avengers. They fought the Inhumans.
Yeah. The Inhumans got an introduction through Fantastic Four.
That's what I was going to say. Another one. Right?
Yeah. Actually, so going through the other piece of research that I did was I went through and I got the list of all different members, everybody who's also been members of the Fantastic Four. So it's not always been those four. They've had subs, really.
Okay.
So you have Crystal. She's the Inhuman who was Johnny Storm's first true love. Really, I think they do end up getting married.
Really?
Yeah. She's the daughter of Medusa and Black Bolt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So she ended up becoming a member of the Fantastic Four. Medusa has also been a member of the Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Medusa is the red-haired snake.
The one has control over her own hair and make her hair as long as she needs to and as strong as anything.
It's like Rapunzel on steroids.
That's right. All right. Good night, Mom.
You're gonna break that bone. Have a good night.
Luke Cage has been a member of the Fantastic Four. She-Hulk.
Replacing the Thing.
That's right. She-Hulk
Again, probably replacing the Thing.
That's right. You have She-Thing.
She-Thing.
Yeah.
No.
And then you have Ant-Man, Scott Lang, Ant-Man.
Oh, who'd he fill in for? Reed?
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. Namorita.
Who's that? Namor's girlfriend?
Daughter, I think. Yeah, because she became a member of the New Warriors as well.
No, who's she fill for? Sue?
I think so. Or maybe Human Torch.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Then you also had when Sue and Reed took a hiatus, they got replaced by Storm and Black Panther.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then when Human Torch died, Spider-Man took his place.
That's pretty cool.
But when Spider-Man took his place, they also retired the name Fantastic Four and they renamed it the Future Foundations.
I've totally come across reference to that at different points.
Yeah.
The Future Foundations.
Oh yeah. Well, if you've played
these guys.
if you played the latest Sony exclusive Spider-Man, one of the costumes you can unlock is his Future Foundations costume, which is all white. Like all the Future Foundation costumes, they went from the classic blue
and white trim.
Yeah, to being all white.
That's cool.
Yeah.
With the still same logo for.
Yeah. Yeah, or was it FF? Might have been FF.
Okay, FF. Fantastic Four.
That's right, because there's no more Future Foundations. There's no more 4 in Future Foundations, so it's just FF.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Future Foundation costume.
Oh wow, they are. The things in like a muscle shirt.
Yeah. And at this point here, Franklin and Valeria were regular members of the Future Foundations.
Valeria is Doom's daughter, and Franklin is... Valeria is Reed and Sue's
second child. Yeah.
Named by Doom.
That's right.
Valeria.
That's right. Yeah, because...
In memory of his first love, right?
That's right. Because Sue was going to have a miscarriage, and Doom saved her. He saved the child. But his terms for helping them was so that he can name their child, and he named their child Valeria.
It's fitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. It's a nice tie-in. Everything comes full circle.
Yeah.
I didn't have you, but I had a love once long ago, so...
Yeah. So Franklin becomes the most powerful being in all of Marvel, almost. And Valeria becomes smarter than Reed Richards.
That's a feat to pass. Like,
yeah.
He's up there, top 3 probably?
Until Valeria, top number 1.
Oh, he is the smartest in all of Marvel.
Debatable between him and Doom.
I guess with his council of Richards.
That's right. And you know what? I've asked this question when we did our episode on the Hulk. I don't know where the leader fits in all that, because if the leader is as smart as a Hulk is strong, wouldn't that mean the leader is the smartest of them all?
Well, naturally, he would have to be smarter than Reed.
You would think.
Reed is a human, although he is the smartest human on Earth.
Although not really human, because he has those powers. Now, in the Ultimate Fantastic Four, they introduced an interesting idea about Mr. Fantastic that I really, really enjoyed. In the Ultimate Fantastic Four, they introduced the idea that his stretchiness also applies to his brain cells.
So his brain's actually stretched bigger.
That's right. Making him smarter.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. His neurons and everything, they could
I can buy it.
They could stretch, shrink, and grow as they need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let it pass.
Yeah.
Let it pass.
Yeah.
It's feasible.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Fantastic has done some really gross things too. Like, did you know that he could actually fit through a pinhole?
Yes. He can squeeze himself to just basically jelly through things.
That's right. That's right. So, I don't know what happens to his organs and his bones when he does that. Because at another time, he stretched himself so much that he said his spine is starting to hurt. So he's got a skeletal structure.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's just bad writing, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Or a joke of some sort.
Yeah.
Or like...
He can't have a spine with how he morphs himself. Like, you know how in how we've called F1, like the first of the Jessica Alba Fantastic Four, how when Ben Grimm, when Thing went to go after Mr. Fantastic wrapped himself all around him, pretty much single-handedly took down the Thing without even trying. Well, he does that in the comics all the time. Mr. Fantastic beats the Thing all the time.
Just wraps him up.
Yeah. I mean, what's the Thing going to do against that? Nothing. That's all he has is super strength. And he's not even the strongest of all of Marvel. Hulk is stronger than him. I'm pretty sure Thor is stronger than him.
Well, he has super strength. Like,
yeah. Well, he's super strong. Like, he picks up, one time to trick somebody, he ended up picking up a wall and then, stepping behind a wall and then drop it right back down. Like a steel wall. Just... He took a he took a block made out of titanium and he crushed it into a burrito.
Okay, so he's pretty strong.
Yes.
Pretty damn strong.
Yes.
They downplay that a lot in the movies. Like, he's strong, but he's not that strong.
Yeah.
They downplay his strength.
Yeah, when he was struggling to lift that fire truck, that should have been easy for him. Yeah. Like I said, he's not Hulk strong, but he's still really strong. I'm pretty sure he's stronger than the Colossus.
Colossus, they never showcase Colossus being. They show him being more durable than strong.
Which
he's always just taking a beat.
Yeah, but in actuality, he's actually really strong as well. He's not as strong as Juggernaut, but he's strong. Yeah. He's the strongest member of the X-Men.
I think it's really hard to portray any of these guys' real strength in a single movie where there's other players involved on a lower scale. They need to showcase these guys' strength on a global scale, in the sense that there's Earth, there's these other threats. Like, you might have to throw a city at this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they need to be able to showcase rather than just this town.
Yeah.
And that's what the scope of a lot of these movies are, just this town. And if you're showcasing his real feat of strength, you don't need the other three members.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So, it's hard to showcase super strength. Like,
Yeah.
even in the Hulk movies, you never see his super strength,
No.
really. You see him doing strong things, jumping around, but...
Well, speaking of never seeing their true power, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, let's talk about that for a second. So I was having this debate with my roommate, and he asked me who's the strongest member, and I told him without even thinking, Sue Storm. The Invisible Woman, she's the strongest member of the Fantastic Four. Now, when they first started, she was as useful as a feather. Like, she was useless. She was always a damsel in distress. Definitely a product of the time. Like, she was just a plot device. She was there to be the damsel in distress.
She was there because they wanted a girl.
That's right. That's right. But now, like, when I told my roommate this, like, she could take out the Hulk without even breaking a sweat. Because she could create a force field around the Hulk's heart. Or his brain, even, if she wanted to.
And then what? It would just stop?
It would just, like, put the force field around his brain, cutting off the brain signals to reach the rest of his body. You'll just drop down like a sack of potatoes.
And she can do that?
Yes. She has that pinpoint accuracy. She could create a shield around your heart to prevent the blood from reaching the rest of your body. She could kill you without even breaking a sweat.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And like you were saying, like, what about the Human Torch? Kind of hard to make fire when you don't have oxygen. She could just block all oxygen from getting to him.
And she can do it fast.
Yes.
Like with a thought.
That's right. That's right. She's like Jean Grey level powerful. Yeah. Not Phoenix level powerful. She can't rewrite reality or anything like that. But her force field abilities, her invisibility, is way more powerful than you've ever seen depicted in any of the movies.
Well, what? I guess in a comic she's done that.
Yes.
She's knocked people out. Or
yes.
She killed anyone.
I don't think so. But Reed, like, when Spider-Man was dying and he was trying to find a cure, and nobody was able to find a cure, his next step was to go to Bruce Banner, because Spider-Man's powers are radiation in nature. So he wanted to meet the greatest mind of radiation, Bruce Banner. But at the time, he was a Hulk, so they needed to talk down the Hulk, make him go back into Bruce Banner.
Right.
Spider-Man did it because he has that relationship with the Hulk, make him laugh, he goes back into Bruce Banner kind of thing. But while they were doing this, Reed tells him, I don't know why you guys didn't let me go back and get my wife. She could have taken down the Hulk just by putting a force field on his heart, and that would have been it. He would have just been down for the count, and then he just comes back at Bruce Banner. Because Hulk doesn't really die, but she could definitely knock him out.
Yeah. And Reed just sitting there being like, "Yeah, just
We could have just taken my wife, and she could have made this a lot easier. But no, you guys had to pick a fight with the Hulk.
They're like, well, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Tell us sooner.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, easily, without even questioning it, Sue Storm is the strongest member of the Fantastic Four.
For her defensive abilities.
Yes.
That she can just turn offensive.
Yes.
They become weapons.
Yes.
Even though she's just here to crowd control and protect.
That's right. Reed too. Reed is actually so. There's been evil versions of Reed, and every evil versions of Reed has been like apocalyptic. Like, so have you ever heard of Marvel Zombies?
Maybe not.
Marvel Zombies is a series where it was Marvel Comics, but all the superheroes and villains became zombies. This became a different Earth. Like the multiverse, this became its own Earth.
Okay.
And in the Ultimate Fantastic Four, the Reed Richards from the Ultimate series created a portal to the zombie Earth. And it was the zombie Earth zombified Reed Richards that was able to stabilize that portal so that they could invade the Ultimate Universe. And the zombie Reed Richards had a big hand in creating the zombie Marvel, like getting so many beings that you wouldn't think could become a zombie. Galactus becomes a zombie. Wolverine becomes a zombie. Hulk becomes a zombie.
What?
Yeah. This zombie virus affects everybody.
And Reed Richards was the one who designed it.
Kind of, yeah.
And once he's a zombie, he's like, now I'll make you all zombies.
That's right. Well, he became a supervillain. He became a supervillain zombie. And in the Ultimate Universe, like I was reading the Secret Wars, because now, so best $13 I ever spent. I've got a subscription to Marvel now. There's an app called Marvel Unlimited, and $13 a month, I have access to almost the entire library of Marvel. So that's why I've been how I've been rereading. Not rereading. I've been reading the original run of Fantastic Four. I was also I started to read the Secret Wars.
Oh, okay. The Skrull Wars.
That's Secret Invasion. The Secret Wars is the one where they merged all the multiverse into one universe, where Miles Morales becomes a member, joins the main continuity Marvel, and it was the death of the Ultimate Universe. The Secret Wars was pretty much a war between Earth 616 and Ultimate Universe.
It's where all the heroes are against each other.
Pretty much, yeah. And it was also Doom. Doom had a lot to do with that one. That was the one where Doom had the power of the Beyonder.
Until we cover that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a great.
Yeah. When we do all the events and everything, yeah. But anyways, while I was reading that, what was it? Oh yeah, the Reed from the Ultimate Universe is actually evil. He's actually the one who is trying to orchestrate. Like, he orchestrated a team comprising of Thanos and some other villains. I forgot who else was members of the villains. But this is all led by Reed Richards.
And not Zombie Reed.
No, not Zombie Reed. This is just Ultimate Universe Reed Richards gone evil. Yeah. Reed Richards, being the smartest man in Marvel, if he goes dark side, he's really dangerous.
Yeah. It's like Dark Batman. He knows how to take out everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, like, so Galactus, this being that devours planets, has been stopped by the Fantastic Four from devouring Earth because of Reed Richards' intelligence.
In what way? How?
Well, he's the one who's able to like make deals or outsmart Galactus. He's the one who
don't eat our planet. We'll find you better ones.
Pretty much. Well, that was Silver Surfer who did that. But I mean, like, Reed got a hold of the Ultimate Nullifier and figured out how to use the Ultimate Nullifier.
Right.
And stuff like that. And
I think we talked about that in the Galactus episode. That's how he was put down.
Yeah. So, okay. One thing that we've talked about before is what we think the first Disney Fantastic Four movie should be.
Should be or will be?
Well, should be.
Should be.
It should not feature Doctor Doom.
Please no Doom until, like, if
the second or third movie.
Ideally, the trilogy should be Doom. If you could wrap it up with Doom,
yeah,
the trilogy.
Yeah, you can make hints of him in the shadows, but
you could have Reed meet him in college in the first film.
Yeah,
and then he comes back to be. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but Mole Man should be their first villain.
Well, he is.
Yeah,
is he not?
He's their first villain in the comics.
Yeah, like, was it issue 2?
Issue 1.
Oh, it is in issue 1. He sends up the Beast, and it's Mole Man sending the Beast up.
Yeah. The funny thing is that so here's the thing about that issue. So Mole Man sends this big creature from the depths, and this big creature in the depths, what he's doing is that he's going and digging holes underneath these nuclear power plants, sinking these nuclear power plants. Well, after they fight the Mole Man, they just seal the Mole Man underground, and then that's the end of the story. They don't cover what about all those nuclear power plants that Mole Man just destroyed. They don't touch. They don't. That's it.
Job finished.
Yep. Good thing we tied all those ends.
Did they come back to it later, or they just leave it loose ends?
Yeah, they just never come back to it. So it never happened.
And what new plants?
Yeah.
They weren't operational.
Yeah. I read this interesting article before coming here, and it was somebody theory crafting actors for the Marvel Fantastic Four. And I like some of the suggestions. One of the suggestion for Mr. Fantastic was Oscar Isaac.
I'm not sure who that actor is.
Oscar Isaac is the one who played
Poe from Star Wars.
Yeah, Poe from Star Wars. He played Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay, that guy, huh?
Yeah. I like it. I like it quite a bit. If they got him to play Mr. Fantastic.
I feel like I'd have to sit there and look through a bunch of actors.
See, doesn't he look like he would be a good Mr. Fantastic?
He could do it. He could do it.
Yeah. And the recommendation for
He could do it.
the recommendation for females is the chick who played the hologram AI and Blade Runner 2040K or 2040 or
2049 or whatever.
yeah. Anna something another. And she was really good in Blade Runner.
I feel like I'm so outdated on these. I need pictures. You think her, huh?
And yeah, what's her name?
Not sure.
It's Anna something.
Anna de
Well-
Armas?
Yeah, Anna Del Armas. Yeah, Google her. See, yeah, that's more. She'll look more familiar like that.
Yeah, she could do a suit. Just
Yeah.
make her blonde.
Yeah. And
She was in Knives Out.
Who would you do Human Torch though?
so in that list, they listed, and I like this one because I like him quite a bit. James Marsden as Human Torch. He's a bit old. No, they wanted James Marsden as Thing.
Reed. Wait, what? Why?
Just because it doesn't come down to physicality. Thing becomes a being of rock. It comes down to the
Yeah.
voice and the attitude. And James Marsden, he could do a
I like Jim Marsden. He's a good actor.
yeah.
I would almost see him as a Reed though.
He could do Reed as well. Too close to his role as Cyclops though, being the leader.
Yeah, well, that role of Cyclops is always a shitty role.
Yeah. Yes, it was. They haven't done a good Cyclops yet. And he was a good attempt at it.
Good actor for it, wrong story told.
Yes. Yeah, wrong writer, wrong director. Good actor for it, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to say now.
For Human Torch, who was it that they recommended for Human Torch? They recommended... Zac Efron. I like it.
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit too old.
Too douchey.
No,
Zach has a douchey vibe, but I know Johnny Storm does too.
Yeah, and Zac Efron is actually... He's got really good comedic timing. He's actually a
does.
pretty good actor.
Alright, I could get maybe. Maybe. I don't know, that's a tough one.
He's a bit older, though.
Yeah.
I would like to have somebody... Like, I want somebody like
How
Tom
old?
Holland.
What?
Like, somebody who looks like Tom Holland. Because Human Torch should be the same age as Peter Parker. Maybe a year or two older, but they were roughly the same age. They became best
They're
friends.
gonna have to get some. Well, here's the thing: they're gonna have to get someone young enough to do 2 or 3 movies, 4 movies
That's right.
over the course of 10 years.
That's right. No, it's not. Zac Efron's not old, but he's older than what they. He's older looking than what they should be shooting for.
And it's probably
Human
Disney
Torch.
gonna be releasing this. You know they're gonna use a young cast.
Yes.
So those are all good picks.
Yes.
I don't think any of them are realistic.
No, honestly, like so for Human Torch, I don't know who I would cast because whoever would get cast for Human Torch should be somebody that is under Disney's employ. In my opinion, it should be somebody who looks young and who is still a good actor. Like Zac Efron is a perfect choice, but 10 years ago, Zac Efron, Justin Timberlake, 15 years ago, Justin Timberlake, like.
When are they gonna introduce? You've watched Blue Mountain State?
No.
Oh, do you know who
That's-
Do you know who Thaddeus is?
No, that's a football one, right?
Yeah, bring up a picture of Thad. They could either do the voice for Ben, but realistically, this guy's got the physique. He should be a superhero already. Like, I don't know who they'd pick him as though.
Him?
Yeah. I don't know who I don't know who he could be.
He looks like he'd be a good cyborg.
You think? I would hate if he was Cyborg.
Yeah.
But maybe Ben.
Maybe.
He's too damn big for Johnny. But he would be my first Johnny Storm pick.
Yeah.
He's too damn big.
Also, once again, he looks too old. I would like to have somebody who looks younger.
Yeah. Oh, that's who he played. He played Dove or whatever in Titans.
Oh, him.
Yeah, Hawk. He played
Yeah.
Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like him.
I'm like, he's already a hero, I swear.
Okay, he's playing hot, and he is a big dude.
He's way too damn big. Like he could not be Human Torch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's we've seen so many shitty ones. I
Yeah.
don't want to hold up high hope for the next one with like this star-studded cast. I want them to just honestly, it might be better to just throw a bunch of fucking rookies into the next. And
Absolutely.
see how they do. This is what you're aiming for. Do it.
With Spider-Man,
Yeah, Tom
how
Holland.
well known was Tom Holland?
He
really?
wasn't.
Like the biggest name in that movie was Zendaya.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know who Zendaya is because
Well, she was a Disney Channel star.
exactly.
I think Tom Holland's had a big rise even before Venom came out though, because hadn't he done Legend before that and other things before that?
You mean Tom Hardy?
Yeah. Oh, you said Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I was thinking Tom Hardy.
Nah, Tom Holland.
Yeah, no, good point. Tom Holland was fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Oh, Tom Hardy was well, he did Star Trek Insurrection. He did the evil clone Captain Picard.
Did he?
Yeah, the evil Romulan clone of Captain Picard that was played by Tom Hardy.
When is this?
That was Star Trek Insurrection. It was the last Star Trek movie. So the last Star Trek Next Generation movie before the J.J. Abrams movies.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Yeah, so that was Tom Hardy. But also, sub. Thank you for the sub.
Yeah, no, Tom Holland. Fresh actors are good
Yes.
because you can mold them, you can model them, and as long as they don't, have to do 7.5, 8 movies and just become Harry Potter forever.
And when they have good, like, somebody, and as long as they're a good fit. I mean, like, what's her name who played X-23? She is such a good actor. I want to see
The young
much
girl?
more. Yeah, I want to see much more of her. I know I saw her in that show you were watching, the show based off of
Which one?
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe, I think it is, or
His Dark
Is-
Materials?
the show. They made a series on it.
Yeah.
She's in
Dark
that.
Material?
Golden Compass?
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, Golden Compass. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's in that show.
Oh, she's the main girl. That is her. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Ow! Damn it. I was like, why does this girl look so familiar?
Yeah, Daphne
That's
King.
why.
Yeah, it's X-23.
The funny thing is, so when we first looked up the '94 Fantastic Four movie, the actors in that actually look pretty young.
Yeah, they do.
Like, they're not that necessarily that old.
No.
Like they all have like baby faces.
They
Yeah,
all have baby faces, but they're all probably 30.
yeah,
I think that's the thing.
yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. Just like you asked earlier, though, what do we want to see out of a Fantastic Four movie realistically if it gets done again? Please hold off Doom till sequel, if not trilogy.
Mhm.
Please intro them at a young enough age that we see maybe their college days, and then you can skip ahead a year or two, whatever the fuck. show the family morale, build on that.
Yes.
And then intro Mole Man. Have some, shit falling in sinkholes.
Yeah.
Right? Easy go, hey, let's go investigate. You could intro the powers at whatever point.
Yeah. But don't necessarily follow the comics beat for beat because the comics were written episodic. Like, as I'm reading these comics, they easily translate into a show. Yeah. Because it's the villain of the week, and they always follow the same format. The beginning of the comic, it's, the Fantastic Four are bickering again. And then they go about their shenanigans, and then halfway through the comic, you find out who the big villain is, and you find out what the villain's big plot is. And then 3/4 of the way through, the big villain captures a member of the Fantastic Four, Sue Storm.
Oh no!
Or defeats the Fantastic Four, and then the last part is they defeat the big villain because of reasons.
That is a very common theme with the Fantastic Four. They get their ass handed to them. They go back to the lab. They, call up whoever wasn't present during the ass kicking, and they say, "Let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Figure out what happened." And then rematch.
Yeah.
But the Fantastic Four is like the epitome of the rematch.
Yeah.
Like literally everyone they meet, they pretty much lose right away.
Yeah.
And then they fight them again.
The problem with making a movie with the Fantastic Four is that, unlike Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four didn't go and fight street thugs. They weren't crime fighters. They were a family first, explorers second,
yep.
And also would fight weird cosmic beings.
Do you think,
it was not street level.
Do you think instead of a movie, it'd almost be better to have them as a Disney Plus show?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
And then have them introduced into the movie
You don't even
eventually?
need to do a movie.
Yeah, they would definitely benefit better as a Disney Plus show.
Like, if they did the movie to introduce Namor, and they make the movie all about Namor.
Because without basically rehashing Aquaman.
Yeah.
Because if you run into they're poisoning our ocean, I'm going to be pissed at them. You basically run into Aquaman territory.
Yeah.
Movie. So.
It's hard. It's like, what do you do with a movie with them?
I think the best thing to do for Namor is to do like they did in the comics. To avoid the comparison between Aquaman is to make Namor the villain. That's the best way to do that, to make him different to Aquaman.
Problem is, they've already done Aquaman villains who are basically Namor. Like everyone in the Aquaman movies he's fighting against that isn't Manta.
Well,
it's pretty much Namor.
Well, no.
all the other Atlanteans.
Namor is way more powerful than all of them.
Yeah, but it's the image. It's the image that you basically see Aquaman fighting another Atlantean, and it's the equivalent of Namor almost.
Namor is much different than all that.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's always walking around in his Speedos. That's one thing.
True.
And he's always, like, first of all, he is arrogant as fuck. Like, who else would use insults like Imperatus Rex?
Alright, here's the question. Who would you get to play Namor? I have someone in mind.
I do too. Zachary Quinto. He's not muscular enough though.
Show me who that is.
He played Sylar. He played Spock in the Star Trek remakes.
See, I was thinking the captain of the new Star Trek Discovery show. He was the bad French dude, or not French dude. He was the bad British guy in The Patriot.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
I think so.
The bad British guy who shoots his kid and everything, like right outside the house. Pull up him. Fucking. How are we gonna find his name? Search Patriot and then search Captain of the British guy again. I can't think of his damn name, but he has that like face.
But yeah, Zachary Quinto's not built enough. Namor needs to be muscular, but not Aquaman muscular. He can't be like
he's
bulging
wiry.
muscle.
No, he's
yeah,
wiry.
Yeah, he's more athletic. He's lean.
Yeah, freaking yes. That looks like Namor.
That was the guy who they got to play Doctor Doom.
A little bit, but I feel like they could Namor him up.
Jason Isaacs.
Yeah.
Oh, he played Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah. He's Malfoy.
Lucius Malfoy.
Look, that looks like a Namor.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
He would be my pick, maybe. I
Sure.
think he's old enough, fit enough, and he has the voice. He's got that like cocky, arrogant. I'm gonna kill you and laugh about it.
Yeah, that's what you would need. You need somebody who could really play cocky, who could portray arrogance.
This guy's good at that. This guy's really good at that. Like Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah.
Prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do the angry face.
Yeah.
That's my Namor pick. I doubt we'll get that. They're gonna give us someone 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe fucking what's his name? Maybe Harry Potter's rival.
Oh my god, Draco.
Yeah.
Tom Felton.
Yeah.
Pull up Neville Longbottom for Neville, because that dude looks so different. I bet they're gonna bring him in at some point.
Oh, yeah, he's the one who got super jacked and he's like super good looking.
I
now,
wouldn't be
right?
surprised at all if he enters the Marvel Universe at some point.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, he got super jacked.
I don't know what kind of role he would play though. I don't know what kind of role you put him in at all.
I'd put him as a super villain, some kind of villain.
Captain Boomerang.
Not that villain.
All right, I think we pushed our Fantastic Four episode
Yeah.
long enough.
Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of material for me to go over, but really we got the idea across what we want to talk about. The Fantastic Four is a better story than they've given in the movies. They're more important. They're just better characters, even though they don't really have they've been impactful in a way, but not really.
The team itself has not been the impact to the Marvel Universe that single members of the team have.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Reed, for example, has been the sole savior from catastrophe multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, the universe is collapsing on each
Yeah.
other and just utter destruction.
Franklin Richards, their son, he's the one who defeated Onslaught.
Yes, Franklin Richards defeated Galactus 2 at different times.
He made Galactus his herald.
Yeah. You're my bitch, remember? You don't eat my planet.
Galactus has heralds. Franklin Richards made Galactus his herald.
Yeah, so you know this whole thing you put in process where you're the boss and you have employees? I'm going to put that in process too, but now I'm your boss.
That's right.
Franklin pulled that at the age of 12.
But no, when he made Galactus his bitch, he was much older. This was the time-lapsed Franklin.
This was the future.
That's right.
Franklin come back to spank.
That's right.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up Fantastic Four. As we said in summary, great family, great morals, good stories with a kind of lame first series.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they grew on themselves over the next, it's been 60 years now.
Yeah. And they have roles. So when we pick them back up, it'll be with everybody else when we start going through the events, when we go over Civil War and the Secret Invasion and all of those back-to-back events. And the Fantastic Four are important parts to those events.
Yes.
So you will learn more about them as we go over those events.
Prior to Civil War, though, as we've said, they're their own team, they're their own family, they have a lot of run-ins.
They're the launching pad for other characters and other ideas.
And I think that's the big thing to focus on. They're the launch pad.
Yeah.
Like, without them, a lot of the other characters we've talked about and have yet to talk about may not have existed.
That's right.
May not have ever came to be.
That's right.
So I think it's saving grace. That's what we got to focus on. And maybe it's because of that they've launched so many great characters. It's hard to do one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if you did the movie and you showed Spider-Man origin through the Fantastic Four's point of view? Like, this is the movie, it's Fantastic Four, they're just going about their day, and then Spider-Man comes in. Right? Like, what if that was the issue you picked up? It would be weird, though, right?
Yeah.
And then the same thing you could do with, Black Panther. But, we've seen those characters. They've done fine on their own. Fantastic Four has yet to. It could be the family dynamic that's holding them back from being its own standalone superstar. Like if you had, say you had a movie called The Council of Richards, right? And that was what the movie is about, The Council of Reed Richards. And then it has them going out doing different things in different universes. That would be a much more exciting movie
Yes.
than the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
So it's all about when they want to introduce the Fantastic Four, at what point in their comic lineups, timeline. Do they want to do the origin and say, hey, this is our start, and then look, this is a big bad guy? Or do they want to just say, okay, we've done enough shitty movies, here's some cool comics? I think that's how Fantastic Four will survive better than anything.
I think so.
Just say, hey, here's some cool shit. Forget the origin. It was lame.
Yeah. I think so. I think that be the best way. That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah. Right backwards.
Yeah.
Right? Like, open them up in the middle of, like, chaos. Like, shit popping off. And then, you want to find out how it all came to be? Do some flashbacks.
Because ultimately, when it comes down to, do you really want to watch a movie where 2/3 of the movie is the Fantastic Four bickering with each other? That's essentially what the comics were.
You're right. No, you're right. Well, like you even said, the start of it with Thing just fighting everyone. And then he's like, okay, I'll just argue with you so, annoy readers less.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want a movie of that.
No, that's just it. That doesn't make a movie. That doesn't make a good movie.
No.
So, I don't envy the creative team when they come up with the idea for a Fantastic Four movie. But I guarantee they're going to do a better job than what's been done so far.
Please do better. With that, what do we got on the chopping block here for next week?
Next week we were thinking Dick Grayson, hopping
Dick
back.
Grayson.
Yes.
First Robin.
Nightwing.
Yes.
Robin/Nightwing/Dick.
Yes.
Alright. Now you have it. We'll see you guys 8 o'clock Saturday next week. Check out all our stuff on YouTube. If you haven't already, like we said, this was episode 26 of season 2. So we have over 50 episodes, close to 60 coming at you now.
Mm-hmm.
Go take a peek.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Take care.